What's up, Falcons Nation? Today, we're diving into the big stories of the week, but before we get into the latest news, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the latest updates on the Atlanta Falcons. Darnell Mooney is silencing all the doubters with an incredible performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's get right to it. Darnell Mooney, along with Kirk Cousins, joined the Falcons this offseason, and both had incredible nights in our Thursday night win over the Bucs. But tonight, it's all about Mooney, and what he did on the field had us all in awe. 5 minutes into the second quarter, Mooney made what might be the play of his career. Picture this: Atlanta is sitting on 3rd and 14 on the Tampa Bay 24-yard line. Most teams would settle for a field goal here, right? Not the Falcons, not Kirk Cousins, and definitely not Darnell Mooney. Cousins threw a dart in triple coverage, and Mooney flew through the air, corralled defenders like a power forward going for the rebound, and made a ridiculous touchdown catch. The stadium erupted, and the Falcons fans watching at home were probably screaming, as was I. That was just the beginning. While Mooney has had games with more yards before, he had never had a game with multiple touchdowns until Thursday night. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, with the Falcons down by 7, and on a gutsy 4th and 4, Mooney ran a perfect corner route. He hit the first down marker, blew past 2 defenders, and barreled into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. 2 touchdowns in one night? Absolutely incredible. Mooney finished the game with 9 receptions on 16 targets, racking up 105 yards and those 2 crucial touchdowns. There was a moment late in the fourth quarter where he dropped a pass, and some fans, myself included, probably held their breath, thinking that it might cost us the game. But thankfully, that wasn't the case, and we pulled out the win in overtime. Now, let's talk about Mooney's journey. He was a 5th-round pick of the Chicago Bears in 2020 and showed serious promise in his first 2 seasons, with 631 yards as a rookie and a standout sophomore season where he threw for 1,055 yards. But things quickly went downhill after that. In 2023, Mooney's production dropped to just 414 yards and 1 touchdown. When the Falcons signed him to a $13 million per year deal, people were skeptical. Why sign a 400-yard receiver for that kind of money? Well, Mooney is proving why right now. After just 5 games in Atlanta, Mooney is on pace for 1,122 yards and 10 touchdowns. Falcons fans, do you know the last time a receiver scored 10 or more touchdowns in a season? You have to go back to 2018, when Calvin Ridley had 10. And since then, no player on this team has come close. Bijan Robinson led the team with just 4 touchdowns last year. Mooney's production is exactly what we've been missing, and he's delivering it in a big way. Even NFL insiders are starting to take notice. Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated called Mooney one of the best signings the Falcons made this offseason, saying Cousins loves throwing to receivers who can create separation, and Mooney has been a perfect fit in this system. The numbers don't lie, Falcons fans. Mooney has already proven he's worth every penny of that $13 million deal, and he's just getting started. His connection with Kirk Cousins is electric, and together they're putting the rest of the NFC on alert. The Falcons are now atop the NFC South, and if Mooney keeps playing like this, there's no telling where we can go. But I want to hear from you, Falcons Nation. What do you think of Mooney's performance so far? Is he the key piece we've been missing on offense? Leave your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. Now let's talk about Kyle Pitts, the doubters, and his epic comeback performance in our big win over the Buccaneers. Let's get to it. Now, if you've been following the Falcons this season, you've probably heard a lot of noise about Kyle Pitts. There's been a lot of criticism of him, especially after last week's game against the New Orleans Saints, where he didn't record a single reception. Fantasy football players were up in arms, and the haters were out in force. But Falcons head coach Raheem Morris shut down all that talk by saying, "Stats are for losers." And guess what? He was right. Fast forward to Thursday night, and Pitts had his best game of the season. He finished the night with 7 receptions on 8 targets for 88 yards, a season high for him. That's right, the same tight end that critics were so quick to slam showed everyone why the Falcons took him 4th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft. And in case you missed it, This wasn't just any game, it was a high-stakes matchup against our division rivals, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that ended in a thrilling 36-30 overtime victory. Now, was this all part of some grand plan by Morris and Cousins to get Pitts more involved? Not exactly. But the message was clear. Pitts is still a crucial part of this team, and Thursday night's performance proved it. It wasn't just about stats, it was about stepping up when the team needed him most, and Pitts did just that. What makes this even more impressive is how Kirk Cousins spread the ball around that night. He hit 7 different receivers, and each one had multiple receptions. The offense was on fire, and Pitts was a big part of it, but it wasn't just a one-man show. Kaderil Hodge, for example, caught the 45-yard game winner in overtime, but Pitts was there all night, making the big plays to keep us in the game. Through 5 games this season, Pitts now has 15 receptions for 193 yards and a touchdown. Now, those numbers may not jump off the page, but they're solid and part of something bigger. The Falcons are building a winning team, and Pitts is a key piece of that puzzle. Remember, this is a long season. There will be ups and downs, but if Thursday night's game showed us anything, it's that Pitts still has what it takes to make big plays in big moments. Raheem Morris and the rest of the coaching staff believe in him, and so do his teammates. That's what matters most, not football projections or armchair analysts. And let's not forget, the Falcons just picked up Pitts' 5th-year option, so he's under contract with us through next season. Clearly, he's part of the long-term plan here in Atlanta. And you know, that's what makes football so great. Every week, the media, the fans, and the football pundits try to write their narratives, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is getting that win on Sunday, or Thursday, in our case. The Falcons came out on top against the Buccaneers, and Pitts played a huge part in that. The Bucs' defense felt it, and we all saw it. In fact, Pitts was one of 3 Falcons receivers to throw for 80-plus yards on the night, which shows how dynamic our offense is becoming. One last thing before we wrap up. I have to give a big shout-out to Kirk Cousins for the way he managed this game. He distributed the ball to all of his receivers and made sure everyone was involved. That balance was crucial to our victory and shows how much confidence this team has in each other. Sure, the defense has held things together for most of the season, but Thursday night was a reminder that our offense can pick up the slack when needed, and Pitts was a big part of that. All right, Falcons fans, it's your turn. What did you think of Kyle Pitts' performance? Was he back to being the game changer we all know he can be? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to like the video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future updates. We have a lot more to come this season, and you won't want to miss a second of it. Rise up!